Hey everybody, it's Patty Dobrovolsky with Up Your Creative Genius and Creative Genius You, the equation that makes you great. Okay, this week we're going to talk about timing. Because timing, when you want to make change in your life, is really flexible. Because time is about perception and it's about attention and focus and motivation. And you have to believe that things are going to happen. So then you release yourself from worrying about when will it happen. Because that's your biggest obstacle when you're dealing with change, is knowing that things are going to happen. And then being like a detective, trying to figure out, what do I need to do in order for this to happen? Okay, so here's an example. So when we moved to Portland, we were looking for a house and it took us forever to find the right house. Now that's okay with me because I want the house to be right, and we had drawn a picture of it, we showed it to our realtor, so we knew that, it was a hard housing market, so let's see what we can find, right? But when we did find the house, we were totally prepared and the closing went boom, like that. And so that they accepted our offer, that we closed within 2 weeks, and we were able to move there within the same month. And afterwards, we were like, wow, that was crazy good. But we realized our preparation had really played a big part of that. And that's part of what you want to do. For you, you want to do the outer preparation for any kind of change that you're making, right? You can do the imagining, you can do your intuition, you can start to take action, but you also need to know and keep checking back, what else do I need to know in order to grow into this or to step into this? And so there's an outer component of action, and there's also an inner component where you expand your consciousness to step into that new place. And so this is critical. And how do you do that? How do you expand your consciousness? Well, you can do it very easily by meditating. Because in there, you're simply using your imagination in this still place to see yourself in that new you. So, for many people, meditation is something that they've been trying or testing. Many people have done it for years, and I have. I've done it for many years because it was a way for me to stop worrying and to reduce my anxiety at first, and also to explore what was possible. What could I create in my life if I actually did some meditation practice and focused on the things that I wanted? And part of what that did was it gave me more information of what I needed to do next. So here's an example of how you can use your meditation practice to get information. You can do a very calming meditation, which of course brings you into, your blood pressure down and you feel great. You can also do an active meditation called contemplation, where you take a problem into it and then you allow it to unfold in there and speak to you by mocking up a scene. And I used to do it when I was coming up with a talk or performance so that I would understand what else was the actor going to do, or what else was I going to say in that talk. So I'd imagine myself, I'd close my eyes and imagine myself in the theater or in the performance hall or in the big stadium talking to people. And I would first see myself on stage speaking to them so I could see who's in the audience, I'm just making it up in my head, but make up whatever it is that you make up is mock up in a way, and that often will give you information. And you'll find that sometimes it's weird. Sometimes you will find that the experience you have in your meditation will come to be in your outer world. So I would mock up myself giving this talk. Then I would imagine myself sitting in the audience. I'd look at the audience to see who's there with me. They're interesting. And then I would watch myself on stage to see what else was I doing so that I could get some insight into new things I could try. I also use that when I'm problem solving. Like if I have a challenging situation come up between me and someone that I'm serving with, in my spiritual life, or someone that is a friend of mine that I want to understand something better, I will actually use my meditation time to meet with them in my imagination with a mediator or a friend or a mentor or somebody who I can ask questions like, what's going on here? What am I doing? How can I change my behavior? What's theirs? What's mine? Etc. And then I get insight, and I find when I do that, that actually when I see that person again, it's like that issue that was between us never even existed. We didn't really have to even talk about it. And so I love this. It shows me that my inner world is a powerful place for me to problem solve and bring alignment to my outer experience that I desire. So that's why I always say double click with your imagination on the right side of your picture of what you desire, because it will give you more information in there. And then you can take action. And you'll also bring yourself into the state of consciousness to accept what it is that you want to step into. Okay, so here's your challenge for the week. If you choose to accept it, this is your mission. I want you to take something that you're working on. You know, it might be your business, it might be your health, it might be a relationship, or it might be just that you want to get some insight into what your next step is. I want you to go into silence and take that into your contemplation. Take it in there and then mock up whoever else needs to be there who you think could give you some advice. You know, you could even bring in people from history like Einstein or, Edison or somebody, Madame Curie. Bring in anybody that you think was helpful around your issue so that you can get some insight into it. And then let me know what you find out, because you will find out new things about what it is that you're stepping into. I can't wait. This is an iterative process. Remember the creative genius equation: imagination, intuition, desire, and drive equals outcome to the infinite power. And that's what's coming to you. I can't wait to see you next week. Until next time, up your creative genius. I mean it.